good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever applies to you. I hope you're well and welcome to Big Foodie Geek. Now we're going to do a pretty quick video today because quite frankly, I'm not feeling all that fabulous today. I'm a bit under the weather, not sure why. It's really warm as well, so that doesn't help. And I'm trying to pack up to move and everything's a bit chaotic at the moment. So I thought, let's do a nice quick video because that'll be good for me. And it'll be good for you as well because it's going to show you how to make a really nice and simple, quick one-pot pasta dish that's going to be fabulous for people who are living by themselves, but you want to make something that's going to last you a few days, or for families as well. You can make something in a big old pot of pasta and just enjoy that between you. So this is going to be great for everyone, and it's going to be pretty flexible as well because you can take whatever I'm going to show you and adapt it and make it however you like. It's going to be really simple, very little prep, and most of it's just going to be chucking stuff into a pot. So it's going to be nice and super simple. So nice and quick one today. Good for me, good for you, and good for eating. Yeah, don't know where I was going with that, but let's get started. So this is everything that I'm going to be using in my pasta dish. It looks like a lot of stuff, but a lot of it's just stuff that we're going to be chucked into our pot over here, a nice big one. I've got a whole bag of pasta. We're going to be using the whole thing. So we're going to be throwing that whole thing into the pot. We've got about a kilo's worth of passata here. Again, just straight out of the carton. We've got olives here. We've got sun-dried tomatoes. We've got pesto. I've got sun-dried pesto as well. The only fresh stuff I've got is some peppers here. I've got some red onions, a bit of garlic, got some hard cheese here. It's not Parmesan because it's not from Italy. It's actually an English one. That's why it's called Italian style hard cheese, because we can't call it Parmesan. We've also got some Creme Fraiche as well. Did I mention the tuna? Well, we've got tuna as well, but if you are a vegetarian or a vegan, you don't want to include this, then don't. But I like tuna, so I'm going to throw it in. And we've got some water as well. And that's everything. Literally all of this is going to be going in there at various stages. So all I've got to do is just start off with a bit of prep over here. So that's my quick bit of prep done. I have sliced my onions, my peppers, I've crushed my garlic and grated my hard cheese, not Parmesan. Didn't show you how to do that because quite frankly, you can chop these however you want as long as you get rid of like the roots and seeds and stuff from the onions and the peppers and all that. It's all fine. So these are the only fresh bits that need a bit of prep. Now we're going to get on with making our pasta dish by putting everything into the pot. So I've got my nice big saucepan here, which I'm just going to pop everything into. Going in with my pasta first. I'm using a nice penne pasta just because that's my preference, but you could use pretty much any sort of pasta you want as long as it's dried. Then I'm going in with my red onions, then my peppers, my garlic, and my cheese. Then we also want my olives. I'm using half of that jar because it was a pretty big jar, but you can put in as many or as few as you like, or none at all if you don't like olives. And I've got my sun-dried tomatoes here. I've also separated out the oil because I thought some of that would be nice in at the end for a little bit of extra flavour. One thing I forgot to mention earlier was that I forgot to mention any seasoning, which is always very important in any dish, especially pasta dishes. So I've got a couple of teaspoons of salt, a couple of teaspoons of ground black pepper, I've got a tablespoon of oregano, and a tablespoon of chili flakes. You could mix this up. You could use all of these, none of these. Well, I would recommend using the salt at least, but it's really up to you. This is your dish. I am giving you a base. So I'm just going to put everything into here like that. Up next, we want our passata. So these are going in. Then I've got half a litre of water here. I'm going to add in half of this to start off with. Just mix that all about and then in with the rest. Now I've just put that onto a medium-high heat and I'm going to let that come up to a boil, and I'm going to help that by putting a lid on. That's going to need to come up to a boil first and then we can crack on with the rest. Right, we've come up to a boil now, so I'm just going to give this a quick stir and I'm going to let this boil away for about 12 to 15 minutes so the pasta cooks through nicely and this reduces down into part of our sauce. Okay, the camera was getting steamed up, so I've moved it backwards a bit, but it's been 12 minutes and you can see our pasta is cooked. That has thickened down into a sauce now. So we're going to add to that sauce by adding in our jar of sun-dried tomato pesto, our creme fraiche, it's going to make it nice and creamy, and our tuna, which has been drained, and also just a little bit of the oil from our sun-dried tomatoes earlier. Fold that all through. There we go, that's turned our pasta into a lovely creamy sauce. Look at that colour as well. You've got the sun-dried tomato pesto in there. It is smelling amazing. And that's it, that is all we need to do, apart from serving it up. All right, got myself a bowl here, in I go. Oh, try and serve it up a bit nicer than I am. Looking lovely and creamy, let's get some of that mess in. Yeah. A little bit more because I'm pretty hungry at the moment. There we go. Right, I'm going to give this a go. But look at that, a lovely creamy pasta dish with very little effort and very little exertion. And there we go, look at that. A lovely creamy pasta dish done in what? About 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and very, very little effort whatsoever. I've got a load there now that will keep me for the next few days. I can pop it into a container, pop it into the fridge and just dish it up when I need to, but it will also work really nicely for a family of 4 or a couple and last them a couple of days. It will do anyone and you can customize it however you want, but I want to taste what I've done right here. So let's go in, I'm going to get a bit of everything. We'll get a sun-dried tomato, we'll get some of the pasta, and I'm going to probably burn myself because it's very, very hot. Oh, lovely, really nice. Sorry, going to get in my beard now. 1 second. That's better. Oh, get a little bit of kick from those chili flakes there. So if you want to make it a bit hotter, you want to chuck some chilies in or something like that, by all means, please do. But yeah, what I love about this recipe is how you can customize it. You don't have to add olives, you don't have to have sun-dried tomatoes, you can put in other things, whatever's your heart desires, as long as it's quick and simple, then by all means go for it. But this is very simple, very tasty, very quick, but I highly recommend it if you want something quick and simple and something to last you a few days. So there we go, I told you it was nice and quick and simple, just what I needed today and just what you needed, because that means you don't have to listen to me waffle on today. But I'm going to go off and finish this because it's my lunch, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then give it a like, subscribe to the channel, all those good things, because it really helps me out, get some more people onto the channel, and it means I can justify spending time doing more videos and things like this. But I hope you enjoyed this, and take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time on Big Foodie Geek. Bye bye. And who can then split it across meals for the next few days or so. It's going to be a big old bottle probably what you needed, because it means you don't have to listen to me waffle on for ages. So I'm going to go off and finish this because it's my lunch, and I hope you had a wonderful day. What?